Are we reasoning from truths we know, or trying to guess what the truth is? Welcome to Critical Thinking Scan, where we look at how you can think about any faith-challenging message and arrive at a biblical, logical conclusion yourself. I'm Patricia Engler, and today let's look at the difference between inductive and deductive reasoning, which can help you not only spot flawed logic, but also avoid being taken in by overstatements about what science can do. Now, we've talked about inductive and deductive arguments before, where inductive arguments try to imply a claim is probably true, while deductive arguments try to prove a claim is certainly true. But inductive and deductive reasoning are a little bit different. Deductive reasoning is where you start with a known big picture of reality and try to conclude smaller details from it. It's like starting with a puzzle that's already put together, so you can look at the little pieces in that puzzle knowing where they fit within the larger picture. So for instance, let's say a big picture is dinosaur. From that known big picture, you could conclusively draw little facts like little puzzle pieces of the bigger picture, like its tail or feet or toes. You know, those are all parts of a dinosaur. So with deductive reasoning, you could argue all dinosaurs have toes, T-Rexes are dinosaurs, that's your big picture, therefore T-Rexes have toes, that's your little fact. You know the big picture, so you know the little pieces, and that's sound logic. But inductive reasoning is where you start by looking at little facts and then try to construct a larger picture of reality based on them. It'd be like examining a few little puzzle pieces and trying to imagine what the rest of the puzzle looks like. So with inductive reasoning, you might argue all dinosaurs have toes, T-Rexes have toes, therefore T-Rexes are dinosaurs. Now that might sound pretty smooth if you say it really fast while standing on your head. But the problem with inductive reasoning is that little pieces aren't always enough to lead you to the right big picture. For example, you could inductively reason, all dinosaurs have toes, kittens have toes, therefore kittens are dinosaurs. And as cool as dino kittens might be, the point is that induction doesn't always work. It's logically fallacious. But you know, science is based on inductive reasoning, so it too is ultimately fallacious. I mean, sure, with enough details and data points, we can use the scientific method to reach a pretty reasonable conclusion, but we can't necessarily prove that conclusion is the absolute truth. That's why one of the first things I learned in my science classes was to never write the word prove on a lab report, even though we often read words like prove in the media. Just to prove that point, I typed the keywords prove and evolution into my search engine and immediately found headlines like 3 pieces of evidence that prove evolution is a fact. Well, pieces of evidence are facts from observational science, and facts don't speak for themselves. They have to be interpreted. And different scientists can interpret the same facts differently because of their different starting assumptions. That's why scientists with different worldviews can look at the same little facts and arrive at very different conclusions. So we can use scientific facts to argue for different interpretations of how we think those little puzzle pieces fit together, but we can't prove those interpretations absolutely because the scientific method is inductive. No matter how many little facts and measurements and observations we have, we can never be sure we're constructing the right big picture from it because we can't know everything. We may be able to piece together facts until we think we have a pretty good idea of what the bigger puzzle looks like, but the next day another piece of evidence might come along and throw off our whole interpretation. But fortunately, there's someone who does know everything and has absolute knowledge of how all those little pieces fit together because he created the puzzle. And he's given us a puzzle box that shows the big picture of reality through his word, the Bible. That's why Scripture is our only sure starting point for reasoning about how the pieces of the world around us fit together. For more on how to think critically about any message which challenges the Bible's teaching, you can access my other CT scan videos packed with tactics, tips, and tools that helped me as a Christian student at secular university. Thank you for watching. Hey Hey, it's Patricia. Just wanted to let you know that if you like these videos, a free, easy way to help Answers in Genesis Canada produce more content and equip more people to defend their faith is to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, click the bell, and of course share these resources. I know you might hear that kind of thing a lot, but the reason these actions are so important is they inform social media algorithms to help these videos reach more people who can benefit from them. And that's especially helpful because advertising is super expensive. But this way, even media platforms which are often unfriendly towards biblical content become tools to promote gospel outreach for free. And if you're on board to share this message of biblical authority and want to give, you can also make a one-time donation or become a monthly supporter by clicking the link below. Thank you so much.